Time for a little West Coast flavor here as we continue our coverage of 2025 Volleyball Media Days. So much historical tournament success for USC. Trojans made their third straight tourney appearance after winning 20 games last season, 20 plus for the second time in the last 3 seasons. Brad Keller at the helm, now entering year number 6 as he joins us once again here at Big Ten Volleyball Media Days. Brad, first and foremost, welcome in. Appreciate you being here.
Great to be here. Good to see you again, man.
I know there was a lot of talk last year about how different the year was going to be with you and the 3 other West Coast schools joining in, that your schools would be the ones most affected by travel and new venues. Yeah. How do you overall evaluate what the big picture was in year 1 inside the Big Ten?
Well, like you said, we're not done yet. We have another a bunch of trips coming up, this year, but it wasn't what everyone said it was. We were able to charter and get there. Going east is a little bit easier than coming west, so we gain time. We're able to play and actually get right back on the flight and come home if we want to, and so we don't lose any days. But no, it wasn't that big a deal, I guess. I don't know.
What was it like for you and the players to get to see some of the new venues that obviously nobody had ever seen before?
I love it. I still haven't seen Iowa yet, Michigan State. I believe that's it. But, I mean, Northwestern blew me away. Purdue is awesome, right? Nebraska is Nebraska. I've been to Wisconsin before, so I know that one. I don't know. It's just all new and so much fun, It's great.
What was the vibe that you got from teams making their first trip to play at your home gym?
There were a couple shocked looks, There's a lot of people that have not been to Southern California. That was their first time. And it was their first time going to the Galen Center and realizing how big that space is and how many fans that we had and how big volleyball is in Southern California. So,
overall, when you evaluate your team's performance from last year, I mentioned it was another 20-win season. Everybody's goal at the start of the year is to have a chance to win it all, so you have to get to the tournament to do that. Positive and perhaps constructively critical takeaways from last year?
If not winning a championship, I don't know that matters. That's the way I'm wired. It's just, I loved their season. I thought we grew as a team. I thought we did a lot of fantastic things over the course of the year, and we just came up short at the end. And so at the end of the day, that's the criticism. We got to get over that hump, and we need to get to the Final Four and compete for championships. And everybody in here should be talking like that. Every coach needs to come in here and talk like that.
Your team was, however, remarkably consistent throughout the year. You were inside the AVCA top 25 every single season. You started the year 11-3, and those 3 losses, I believe, were against teams that at the time were ranked number 1, number 2, and number 11. So what were the best things that you did see from your team last year that gives you the hope and faith that you can get to exactly what you're talking about in 2025?
Well, we added a couple new players last year, and so we didn't get – and they weren't here for the summer, and so we had to get them up to speed. And so being able to go 11-3 was a good starting point. And then we started to generate momentum, like that continuity and trust and all those little small details that a team needs. So that was the case. And again, I just came a little short, But I think at the end of the day, we got to continue to train the way that we train. We got to continue to build the culture that we've been cultivating. And we've got a brand new team. We've got a brand new squad now. And they're very young, they're very athletic, and they're very, very hungry.
Young, athletic, and there is some experience coming back with, I believe, 11 players from last year's roster back on this roster. How does that help you in terms of building not just the chemistry on the floor, but also what it takes in the gym during practice, everything that leads up to match night?
It goes back to the same thing over and over again, where it takes time to build something great. And sometimes it takes longer than people think it is because you're teaching and teaching and teaching. You have to teach them how to run their own practices. You need to teach them how to be accountable in a right way. You need to teach them how to speak to one another, to be empathetic. Not be empathetic, but it's like it's a transition year. There's a lot to that, and it takes a great deal of time. And I think we're there. So I meant to answer your question, I think we've cultivated that culture, and so now it's getting a lot easier to get these new players in. The 11 returners already know what we're doing. I don't have to go in there and explain it. They know what the drills are. They know how to act outside the court. They know how to be spokespeople for our team, our community. One of the biggest things on that is that we have a lot of camps, and we have a lot of really young kids coming to our camps, and all those young kids are coming to our games. So our branding is geared actually a little bit more towards the youth in LA. And it's really remarkable to see my girls interact with those kids. It's pretty awesome.
And I think it probably gives you the glimpse that maybe you don't necessarily need, seeing it on a match night basis, of just how popular this sport has become from coast to coast.
100%. We were at Rutgers, and we had fans there at Rutgers, and we were over. I mean, we've been across the country, and people were showing up, and that's the first time that's happened. And I think, when I first got this job was COVID, and I think we're getting out of the fear of the COVID, and now we're starting to build. But there's a movement going on right now, right? There's a female empowerment movement of sports, and the media is doing a really good job of creating characters and creating stories, and really kind of pouring gasoline all over this fire. It's awesome.
And one of those really powerful women is a woman that leaves your program after last year, and Mia, who was the student speaker last year during media days, and I know such a rock for your program and was such a leader. Who kind of picks up that mantle of leadership for the USC team in 25?
These two right in here. They're going to do it for us. So, and there's going to be a handful of others. We have a committee of leaders now, so I just really like where we are as a group. And then they've really been great with the freshmen. So the freshmen have come in and really picked up the slack, and we've really have not missed a beat. And that's been reassuring. But the two individuals that you're going to interview here in a second, you're going to see their personalities, and you're going to see their development as leaders here.
We'll start with Adonia and talk a little bit about her, maybe not just as a player, but also as a person.
Adonia is one of the most genuine human beings I've ever been around. She's the most selfless person I've met. She's really big on family. She's really big on community, and she's really big on doing the right thing. I know that sounds but she always does the right thing at the right time. Just an incredible young lady.
What about as a player?
She's got one of the best arms I've ever seen in the country. She's explosive, dynamic. She used to be a setter opposite. Now she's an outside hitter for us. And she's going to need to take a hefty load for us this year.
What about your other student rep that's with you here today?
Miss Ford. Leah Ford is, I call her the silent assassin, is what I call her. I don't think she even knows that, but she knows what she's doing. She's very, very comfortable in what she is. She's a great spokesperson. She, too, is an incredible human being, does all the right things, lives life through joy. That's the thing you're going to see about these two. And with my whole team is they live life through joy. They're just happy people, which makes me happy. So,
is that part of your recruiting philosophy then for you and your staff, that when you go out, you're looking for not just skill sets, but specific personalities that are going to fit into the culture that you guys want?
100%. I mean, every coach is going to come up here and tell you they got to jump high, hit hard, they got to be able to pass. I mean, we say the same things over and over. They got to touch 11 feet. Okay, that's great. So that gets you in the space of now we're interested in this person, but now let's get to know who you really are. What's your family like? What are your values? What do you live by? When people are not around, what do you do? All those things. Are you picking up water bottles, or are you just dropping things? Or, are you being productive? And then you've got to have a great personality. You got to be infectious. Last year, Allie and Mia were infectious. They did a great job. They were walking around here playing music in between things and trying to get people to dance and with them.
I recall.
Oh, yeah. So you got two more just like this, like them, and looking forward to seeing what they're going to do.
That's great, including the silent assassin. I see Elena and Holly writing down, let's ask Leah if she knows that Coach calls her the silent assassin. The start of your schedule is challenging, to say the least. We go to the non-con, you have Creighton and Cal, and then the early part of your Big Ten schedule sees road trips to Penn State, UCLA, and Wisconsin. Listen, I know every team has a tough stretch, more than one tough stretch over the course of their schedule. How quickly do you get a sense with this kind of schedule early of what this team is capable of?
Well, we're going to get the start a little bit earlier, so we don't have to do double days. We can slowly ramp it up. I think a lot of the problems that programs are having is that you do these double days and everyone's injured by the first match, and so you're limping and you have no rhythm. So be able to build some rhythm right now is going to be probably the number one thing for us. Like I said, we have a young team. We have 11 returners, but it's still a young team. So we got to build that up and make sure that we're really dialed into the small detail components of that. And then once we get to those big matches, I mean, they are what they are. That's the reason why you mentioned them. It's, those are juggernaut programs.
One of the three first-year head coaches in the league is a West Coast coach as Trent Kirsten takes over at Oregon. You got to deal with year one inside the Big Ten last year after having a couple of years under your belt at USC. Any advice that you'd offer Trent?
Yeah, don't beat me.
Other than the match that you guys are playing against each other.
I coached him, by the way. So, yeah, Trent is
Give
an
us some
incredible
background on that.
So I coached him at UCLA. He was, for 2 years, I coached him at UCLA. And then he became a coach. He started getting into it. He went to TCU as a volunteer. We helped him get the job there. And then he got San Jose State and then LMU and now Oregon. And he's a John Spraw disciple, and he's really branched off into his own. And he's a brilliant mind, an incredible human, one of my best friends. So my advice to him is, honestly, slow down. It's just drinking from a fire hose. It's a lot, and he's revamping, and he needs to take his time and make sure he builds it right. And it could be built right now. I don't know, but he needs to make sure he's not making moves that he doesn't need to make right now. Just one step at a time. All
right, Brad. Let's finish with one final step for you. I'd love to get your thought on what has you the most excited for USC heading into the 2025 season.
There's a couple things. I really love this team. This team makes me feel young, and that's a really, really cool thing to be a part of. Number two, the brand building. We're doing a really good job of brand building. Our attendance is skyrocketing. People are really into our sport right now. We've got great leaders. I want to continue to develop leadership out of our group. I think we can make a movement or be a big part of this movement, especially in Los Angeles. And then honestly, competition. All that stuff is still a game, and I love to compete. So,
Brad, always great to have you here. Look forward to watching you and the Trojans this season.
Appreciate you.
All right, well, Adonia and the silent assassin are waiting patiently over there. So to hear more from them, we send it over to Elena and Holly.
Thanks so much, Rick. I'm here with Adonia Faumuina and Leah Ford. So excited to have you here with us today and hear a little bit more about what we can expect from USC this season. We just heard your coach refer to both of you as leaders on this team. Can you explain your leadership styles a little bit and how you've embraced those roles?
I think, with all the freshmen coming in, they're like sponges. So they'll ask us a lot of questions, and we've been here for a couple years now, and we had leaders like Mia Tuning, Shklyar Fields, and Kalia Williams, and just taking their leadership roles and then us absorbing from them has been such an easy transition, and we're still learning along the way. And
for me, like Adonia said, we have these new freshmen and we really need to dive into them. There's a lot of them, so getting to know them, getting a good bond with them, making sure they're comfortable with us and coming to us whenever they need anything. But just being a voice for them as well, being able to advocate that their body's hurting, injuries, just helping them out.
Yeah. Last year was your first in the Big Ten. What were your thoughts coming off your first season?
I thought it was cool, just traveling to different places, playing new teams, and just really seeing the future of USC volleyball in this new conference.
Like Adonia said, the competition is great. It's big volleyball, big crowds, great scenery, being able to travel to different places across the world, just meeting new people.
We just heard your coach talk about the personalities on your team and how that's something he really looks for when he recruits. How would you guys describe your team culture and just, what the personality is like in the gym, outside of the gym?
Inside the gym and outside the gym, I feel like it's the same. We're all crazy, in the locker room, bumping music upstairs in the gym. I would say everyone's really genuine and is really there for each other. I think all of our personalities mend well. Not everybody has the same personality. Some might be quiet, but it's still an add-on to our culture, and it's a really good thing.
Like Adonia said, everyone has their own personality. Everyone's bubbly, energetic, excited. We have a great time in the locker room and on the court. We're always loud. We're always screaming, listening to music, dancing, singing, anything you could think of, we're doing it. And we love to.
Adonia, how has your game grown? I know you had some injuries early in your career, but how has your game grown? And then what did you focus on this spring?
For my game, I would say, just trying to get back into playing volleyball, and a big thing for me was talking with the coaches a lot, because I struggled a lot with trying to get back to how I used to play, and they were like, this is going to be a new you need to figure out what you need to do. And I think I was just working on my passing, setting, hitting, but also my mentality as well, going into it. And this spring I was really focusing on my mentality going into this season, and coming into this new leadership role. And really focusing on my passing as well. So, yeah.
And for you, Leah, what's your mentality? You're going to have a bigger impact on the court this season. What does that look like for you? And was there anything you focused on this spring?
I definitely wanted to focus more on my offensive work and my hitting, just getting more range. The mentality is obviously to go as far as we can, get some accolades going for our team and get ourselves out there. I'm just really excited.
Adonia, we've seen you set, hit right side. We've talked about you hitting on that left side pin now also. Which one do you feel is your best skill set, and where do you feel like the most at home?
I don't know. I just feel at home like on the volleyball court. I grew up playing volleyball like ever since I was young. I mean, right now I'm playing on the outside, so like that's where we're at right now. So.
Just very versatile. How do you embrace that role of being able to be kind of thrown into different positions and knowing that you can help your team in multiple different aspects of the game?
I love it. We get to spread like knowledge to each other and like just trying to help each other in each position. And I think it's pretty cool because everybody else also has input as well. So, yeah.
Brad talked about the USC brand and it's growing and you guys are building. What does that mean?
We have a lot of little girl fans that love to come and scream and cheer us on. Like he said, we had girls coming up to us at other places asking for pictures. It's really cool to see how much of an impact we have on them. We love it. We love talking to them. We love taking the time. It's not a burden to us at all. We love it.
Yeah.
Did you guys coach camps and is that
Yes.
Yes.
And what did you learn from coaching at a camp that makes you a better player?
Really just how much they look up to you. Like genuinely they're watching every single move you do. And it's just really cool to see the impact we have on them.
Yeah, and it really shows like to see like who you do it for and like for the future generations coming.
When people think of USC volleyball, what do you hope comes to mind for them? What kind of identity do you want to have as a program and put that out to all your fans?
I just want them to see us, the real us, and how energetic our energy is, how we do stuff. We just want to be loud. We don't care. We want it like that. So,
authenticity, competitiveness, and respect for sure.
Love those. Looking at the upcoming schedule, do you have anything you're excited about? Any particular matchups? I know crosstown rivalry is a big one, but any other matches that you're looking forward to?
For sure, UCLA.
1,000%. I'm also just excited to go to the new places that we didn't get to go last year.
Yeah, especially Penn State.
Yeah.
And where else? Oh, Minnesota. I'm excited to go there.
Are there any specific aspects that your team has been focused on in the gym all spring and summer? Just some main themes or focuses?
Pretty much everything. Like we said, there's a lot of newcomers, so just getting the vibe of everyone being on the same page and how we run our gym.
Yeah.
Do you guys talk about goals in the gym?
Yes.
What are some of the goals?
Some of the goals are keeping the main things and not trying to, bring all like the little itty bitty stuff, even though that they build up to the big things, but not just focusing on one thing, if that makes sense. Yeah.
I know how long the season gets, and it gets exhausting and taxing on your bodies and your mental health. What do you guys like to do outside of the volleyball court during the season, either on your own or with your team to help kind of decompress?
For us, luckily, we live in LA. I love to go to the beach, wind down, look at pretty views, go to the Hollywood sign, there's a place called The Hideout in Long Beach. I just love looking at the views. Yeah, that's what I like to do, decompress.
So I live like 20 minutes away from school, so I love going back home to my grandma's house. Shout out 2294. I love going over there. I also journal during season. Well, I should be journaling every day, but journal, do my devotions, and pray a lot. Go to the beach a lot, for sure, with my cousins. So.
You have a talented freshman setter coming in. I know she joins you in a few days. What are you looking forward to showing her about USC culture?
Just what we're about and being yourself, showing her like she can do this, be confident in yourself, and we're here for you if you need anything. So
yeah. For sure.
We already heard from your coach, Brad Keller, a little bit. You guys have played for him for a couple of years now. What's your favorite things about playing for him, or what have you learned most from playing under him?
I think playing under him, he really lets us like be ourselves, like especially like when he was talking about like the personality side of it. Just being ourselves on the court, off the court, and he really cares about us as human beings. yeah, just being able to go in the office with like no hesitation to actually all of our staff, and you know, maybe letting out a cry or two. Done that too many times.
Yeah, like Adonia said, just being able to be ourselves and have that relationship, not only as a coach, but as someone we can go to for anything. Being far from home, it's great to have a staff where I feel comfortable to go talk to them about anything I want to. So him just being open and honest with me with anything. I just love that.
Is there anything that Coach Keller says to you guys, like a saying that you hear a lot?
Good talk.
Good talk. See you out there. Yeah, those are his two favorite sayings for sure.
That's awesome. We'll have to look out for that now.
No,
whenever we talk to him. For sure. Overall, just in your career at USC so far, what has been your favorite part of being a USC volleyball player, a volleyball student athlete?
I would say the people that have come through the program. When I came in as a freshman, you know, we had all of these. We were a whole new team. 7 freshmen. We had a couple transfers coming in, and like 3 returners, and just created a culture that has been carried on until now, and is really a family atmosphere. I'd say that.
For sure, definitely the culture, being able to carry it on and make it our own as well, being different. Also just being on the campus is amazing, seeing new people all the time and making friends, it's really nice. So.
Well, thank you both so much. This was a lot of fun, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.